Hey guys, what's up? It's Clara Fernandez. I want to welcome you to my show. I am still sick, but I am getting better. Thank you guys for asking. I want to talk about something that's truly important today and something that helps us in our future, our finances. I want to teach you how to be strong spiritually so you can own your world physically. I was spiritually weak in the past. I was seeking material possessions without really being grounded spiritually. And I feel like this is a message for those people out there that are beginners at life, like I am, like I was. We have no instruction, we have no one holding our hands, and we seek to be like someone's to basically we seek to have somebody refuge us to help us. And sometimes we don't have a physical person there. So the best thing to do is to align ourselves spiritually with God, But let me continue on with my notes and basically teach you guys what I want to teach you, because to me this matters. This is important. I don't have a timestamp on this video. It's going to be as long as it's going to be, because I want you guys to truly get the message. And hopefully I get a lot of views on this video. I've had a video in the past where it trended. It got thousands of views. And then later on in my journey, I feel like it has been difficult for me to achieve the same kind of success in all of my videos. But nonetheless, I'm very happy. And I'm very proud of the few views that I do get when I make other videos. Besides, it's not like I am posting every single week or even twice a week at that, and it's not like I'm getting fully dressed and done up with makeup and things like that to make videos. But today is a special video. It just came to me and I just want to keep sharing it, right? So the title of this YouTube video is "Do This Before Investing. One Mistake I Kept Making on My Divine Purpose. How to Start Building Long-Term Wealth." I finally got it. Why I wasn't able to get ahead, why I wasn't able to build wealth. I've tried to invest in the past, and I want to speak more on that later on in the video, so stay tuned. But the reason why I wasn't able to get ahead and build wealth was because every time I invested, I would need the money. And how many of you out there are stuck on the same cycle? You know how to do it. You know what to do and how to do it. But for somehow in life, we just want to blame life, right? Because there's nobody else to blame but life. We don't know how to get out of that cycle of, I know what to do, I know how to do it, but why is it that every time I invest, I can't get ahead? Why is it that every time I invest, I can't double my investment? I can't profit. I can't seem to feel like I'm making money. And so basically, guys, I would need the money. Therefore, I couldn't build long-term wealth. And I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. I want to make sure that I get all of my points across, because this is a crucial video. It's a crucial moment in my life. At 28, I actually just celebrated my 28th birthday on the 19th of March. So I am officially 28. Yes, I'm getting close to 30, but I'm so proud because eventually I will be close to 40. So I'm excited to see myself when I do these YouTube videos. I'm excited to see myself in the future, how far I've came. And I'm starting to believe, you guys, and it's not just maturity, it's life, it's wisdom, it's groundness, it's humbleness. I'm starting to believe that when you work for something, the harder you work for something of your own, the more satisfying it feels. And people can say that, but until you live it, you will understand me. So here's the key. Start with an emergency fund. This will let your investment work themselves out. It's that simple. The only reason why you and I are not getting ahead in life is because we don't have, or we don't know of the idea of having a fund set aside while our investments are working for us. So have an emergency fund, or I like to call it a safety net fund. That way, while your money is growing, while your money is being invested, you can actually sit back and enjoy the process of seeing it compound, seeing it double, seeing your dividends, being able to see these things grow while you have another fund in case you have to pay your rent, in case you have to buy your food, in case you have to pay for gas, or in case you have a car payment, things like that. And I'm going to teach you how to go about those things as we progress in this video. So just stick with me, watch it to the end, because I'm here to teach you, and I want you to break these curses of basically, how can I say it? You know that word that means when you don't know something? That word. We want to break the cycle of not knowing things. Because that is truly the reason why some of us cannot build compared to others. For one, the person that's building has information that you might lack. Okay? Let's not be ignorant. So one mistake I did on my divine purpose is not having an emergency fund while investing. My goal is to set you up by doing 4 simple steps. Number 1 is foundation. If you don't have nothing in this life, the first thing you want to get is a spiritual foundation. You want to be spiritually grounded, because things will come at you left and right. Life is all about emotions and how you handle yourself and how you react to things and how you deal with other people. So for one, have a spiritual foundation, someone or something that you can go to and talk to about your matters, about your personal, intimate matters that you can rely on a human being to entrust them with. Yeah, you can say you trust somebody, you have a best friend and all of this good stuff. But when you are an individual, when you are divided, when you are by yourself, who are you entrusting in? That's what I mean. That's what you want. So for one, a foundation, a belief system. You want to have a belief system. What do you believe in? What's your protection? Who is protecting you from these attacks, these things that just come at you, and you're just looking at it sideways like, what is this? How did this happen? I just did this, I just did that. What's going on? Those are spiritual attacks, my friend. And you want to learn and you want to build yourself up to have protection. That stuff exists. Spiritual attack exists. This world wasn't made for you to just walk freely and happily. That's the goal. But we get spiritually attacked every day by negativity, by gossip, by rumors, by lies, by pain, affliction, by just past. I mean, I can go on and on and on. The list goes on and on and on. But that's why we're warriors, because we know how to get ourselves out of these dilemmas and overcome them. And that's why you're called a champion, okay? So number one, a belief system. And let me say this, the better you know yourself, the better investor you will be or you will become. So the more you know yourself, you know your risk, you know your high points, you know your low points, the better investor you will become for now and for the future. But the sooner you start working on yourself, the better, because the sooner you can know more about yourself, the better investor you will become. Number two, do you have a stable home or a stable environment? You need a stable home, a stable environment. You guys, we cannot be roaming the streets. We cannot be homeless, God forbid. You know, I was almost there Like these last few years, I was on the verge of being homeless because I just didn't ground myself on, okay, well, if you don't have nothing else and you have lost it all, ground yourself in getting a job. I wasn't there because in my mind, I'm like, I'm an investor, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a businesswoman, all this ego. When in reality, it's simple. Ground yourself. If you don't have nothing else, you don't have any investments, ground yourself in a job. Okay? Your life will become so much easier and so much better. We're already at 10 minutes, but I want to keep going, you guys. Hang in there, hang tight. What I'm saying is things that we millennials need to hear, okay? Because everybody on YouTube, on Instagram, on social media is talking about become an entrepreneur, work from home. You can live this lavish lifestyle if you have a laptop, and you can do all of this from an island, and all those things sound great, and all of those things are a possibility because I have lived it, not fully, but almost. But I can't say I can testify that that is true. You can live that lifestyle. But sometimes life takes you on a whole other turn, and you have to do for yourself. So be humble, my friend. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Stop comparing yourself to these people that are saying that they're making $60,000 in a month, $100,000 in a month. You don't know the cost of their expenses. You don't know their Excel sheets, okay? You don't know what happens behind closed doors. Therefore, don't compare yourself. You're causing pain and affliction in yourself while they're over there struggling to make that $60,000. Because we truly don't know what's going on, okay? It's possible. Yes, it's possible to live that life. But live it for yourself. Work at it for yourself. Get the gems for yourself. You know, learn what strength is in yourself. Invest in yourself. And in the future, I can do a video talking about what investing in yourself truly means, because I'm here to guide us, because I'm going through these things in my own life. So what I'm giving to you is not free, because I've earned it. Whether I get 1 million YouTube hits or not, what I'm saying is valuable. Okay. So number 1, have a spiritual belief system. Number 2, do you have a stable home or environment? That is important, because that's where you're going to live. That's where you're going to lay your head at night. That's where you can rest. Resting is important. You know, this society is making it seem like all it is hustle this, hustle that, invest, business, this, that. But nobody is talking about you need to rest your soul, your body. You're not a machine. You're not a machine. And even if you were a machine needs to be turned off so it doesn't overheat. It doesn't overwork itself. You know, too much power, too much electricity. It can just, you know, it could be a disaster. So therefore, you need to rest. You need to lay down. You need to relax. I was reading something in the Bible in the book of Daniel in the last chapter. I want to say chapter 14. I don't mean to misquote, but I'm going to kind of say what it means. And it was like, persevere and rest, but relax because you know your reward is coming. So persevere, keep at it, keep going, but rest because you know your reward is coming. Okay? Rest and relax because you know your reward is coming. If you're out there working hard, you know where you're going. You're on your divine destiny, on your divine purpose. You're going to become somebody to yourself first. You cannot become somebody to the world if you're not somebody to yourself. Like I said before in my previous videos, you have to become your own hero. Because no one is going to save you. They can try. They can give you words of encouragement. They can be your friend, even a best friend. But they will never be you. They do not know your personal struggles. They do not know your personal weaknesses. They do not know your most intimate thoughts and actions. They don't know what you're doing when they're not there. Okay, so let's keep going. Number 3 is income. Are you working? Do you have something coming in? Like I said before, humble yourself. If you need to have a job, humble yourself. Humble yourself and have a 9 to 5. You know, everybody's preaching, don't have a 9 to 5, don't have a 9 to 5. But you need to get through the 9 to 5 to get through the investment phase. Because you need money to invest. You need money to be stable. You need money for a home, for a rent. So go through that 9 to 5 and then figure out where you want to go from there. But you have to start somewhere, my friend. If you don't have any money, your parents didn't leave you squat. Like myself, I'm not a hero. I don't have millions of dollars coming to me after my parents pass away. I wish, but it doesn't work that way. And even if they don't have to pass away, even if they're alive, they can't just give me money, $100,000, $10,000, $5,000 to invest in my ideas, to invest in my future. I have to do all of those things on my own with the help of the Holy Spirit, the help of the Holy Ghost, the help of God, the help of Jesus. It's not funny. It's serious. No one is giving me anything in life. My husband, he can help me and he can do for me. But at the end of the day, I'm learning that I cannot just rely on my husband. I love him and he's dear to my heart. But I cannot rely on my husband to accomplish my most deepest dreams, my most deepest ambitions, my most deepest desires, my most deepest meaningful why I'm here on earth, what I have to do to be called Claudia Atieno Fernandez Pomo, to be called that boss lady, to be called this businesswoman of the year, to be called an entrepreneur, to have a Nobel Prize, all of those things. My husband can do for me. It's hard work, it's hard labor, and it's an independent route, okay? You know, people can give you money, and let me talk about this a little bit. You can be a hero. You can be someone that your parents have money and they can give you money. But easy comes, easy goes. You will never learn the fundamentals. In life, it's all about the fundamentals. That's why I speak on the first thing you want to do is have a belief system. You want a rock. You want a foundation. When everything else goes south, you want that thing that's going to pull you up north. Okay? So you have a belief system. That's one. You have a safe environment to lay and rest and shower and cook. That's 2. You want income. That's 3. These are basic beginner independency things that you should be doing. Income, that's 3. Okay? Remember, these are the basic steps for those of us that are beginners working our way up. Number 4, the last step would be to set your first goal. This is how we want to move into 2023, you guys. And I'm speaking it into existence because 2022 will be over in a blink of an eye. Okay, we're already almost over with March. It's been about 3 months. We're going into 4 months within this year. It's still the beginning, but next thing you know, it's June and July, and next thing you know, it's December. Okay, so the last step would be to set your first goal, your number 1 goal. What is it? I'm going to tell you what it should be. Okay, the goal should be an amount that you want your emergency fund to be. We could also call it your safety net because you might not have an emergency while you're investing and you need to pay something that's really not an emergency or life-threatening emergency. It's not a life-threatening. That's why I'm like 50-50, like safety net, emergency fund, because I look at an emergency as life-threatening. But an emergency could be you have to pay your rent. An emergency could be you have to eat food. You know, an emergency could be these things. So we can call it an emergency fund or a safety net. Okay, so what I want you to do is this. You want your first goal to be your emergency fund amount. Yes, you can put on there your goal is to go to Paris. Yes, you can put on there your goal is to lose weight. Yes, you can put on there your goal is to help someone. Your goal is to is to invest. Your goal is to donate money to a charity or your church. All of those things are fabulous. But let me tell you this from experience, you guys. You will not overcome a hurdle of getting over, how can I put it? You will not overcome the hurdle of setting yourself free, creating independency, and creating long-term wealth if you don't do this one simple step. This is why I'm telling you, because I'm breaking the cycle, and I finally realized, I woke up, I finally realized what it is. And what it is that I didn't have a fund to cover me while I'm playing, to cover me while I'm investing. And I haven't heard anybody out there, no life coaches, no gurus, no entrepreneurs speak about these matters. Nobody is sitting there and telling you, okay, well, as far as I know, or, I listen to a lot of people and I haven't heard them actually have a sit down about this particular matter.